you have a feeling or do you have a sense, because you've been around this team for a long time, not maybe this particular team, but Texas Tech teams and Texas Tech baseball, and you've seen good and bad, and you've seen great. Will you have a sense where you kind of feel like, okay, it's right now, or it's getting right now? Like, for instance, if they were to take 2 of 3 this weekend, it's not so much the result, but could you see, okay, hey, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel here, and it's not a freight train.
Okay, so this is going to feel different for every person. Would have a different answer to this, I think.
Absolutely,
okay.
but you're our expert.
Okay, careful with that word.
There
was enough clarification on there. You're our expert.
Yeah, you're our expert.
Okay.
Say you were the expert. You're our expert.
Because I am someone that is so in the belief that starting pitching is so incredibly important.
Mm-hmm.
So incredibly important. And when starting pitching is bad, I feel like it puts so much extra pressure on your bullpen. Okay, you're constantly playing from behind, which I think affects the hitters mentally. Okay, and it just drags you down as a team. Okay, I'm not trying to be harsh to the starting pitchers, but how many games did we go without a quality start? 9 or whatever, without a decent start.
Long time, yeah.
Okay, so here's where you're going to laugh at me. Okay, you just went 1-4 last week.
You're going to tell me it's on the way.
I feel like last week it started to turn.
Okay. All right.
Okay. You got 3 quality starts, really good starts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And the really crappy part is you only won one of them. Okay. But if you have Mac Hewer and you have Zane Petty and you have Tyler Boudreau throwing anywhere close to the way that they threw their last starts, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, you're going to be able to win Big 12 series. Okay. So to me, that was big. You could have won all 3 of those games this weekend.
I was just getting ready to ask you this
question.
question.
All 3 of those games.
Yeah.
I mean, you were in those games late.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I don't want to get into it too much. I would tell you, I've told you this off the air, if those games were played at home without officials that don't have to worry about replay, I think you win at least 2 of those games. Okay? My level of frustration with the umpiring this weekend was only what I can compare to when we play at New Mexico, again, where there's no replay and there's local officials, umpires calling the games. Okay? It's like when we talked about the Amarillo chapter right. and the Midland chapter and the Lubbock chapter.
Yeah.
Okay? That's what you were dealing with last weekend. Okay? I feel like you're starting to turn it around. I felt like this week you played much better baseball. Okay? And again, a large part of that is because you got much better starting pitching. Okay? So, what does that lead to? We'll have to see. Does it lead to them being, a top 15 team? I have no idea. I'm guessing no. Okay.
But is there carryover from last weekend to this weekend?
Yes. And can you start playing better baseball so where you are a team that's, competing well in the Big 12 Conference and finishing near the, in the top half of the Big 12 Conference and being in contention to play in the postseason and keep dreaming about, getting to a point where you're hosting or whatever. I don't know.
Just getting there, right?
Yeah, just get there at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But I do feel like you played much better. I thought this week was your best week of baseball.
Okay. Well, that's encouraging.
Yeah. So I'm sure there's people out there laughing at me again. You went 1-4.
Yeah, but I mean, here's the deal: if the swipe tag is called out, you win that game.
Or if there's a replay. I don't know that you can say that.
Okay.
You can't specifically say
One
you
play.
win the game.
Okay.
Right? Because it was tied at 2.
Okay.
But your things are different. Things
Yeah.
are different.
It's not opening up the door for 10.
Yes.
And
oh, by the way, you could have handled it a lot better afterwards. Mm-hmm. It didn't have to be 10. It could have been just 1.
Mm-hmm.
Because you scored 3 in the 9th.
Yeah.
Could have kept pressure on them.
Sure.
And you didn't. You fell apart.
Yeah.
So I don't want to act like it's all about that.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay. But there were numerous other plays in the series that you didn't handle. You didn't handle the adversity, and that's kind of what we've talked about.
Okay, so that's good. I mean, I that's good that you could say, okay, even though you're 3-11, that you could see a bright spot. Okay, and now you have to build on that bright spot and hope that carries over, and then hope
but you gotta feel like for the team, they gotta see some. You don't want to always be results driven, right? That it's always about wins and losses.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this team needs right now some results. They need some results to start feeling like, okay, we are starting to put this together.
Yeah.
And that's why I kind of feel like this may be the perfect thing this week, right? Because you just kind of forget about 3-11. Not that it doesn't go away.
Mm-hmm.
It does not. But you can just focus on 0-0. Let's go win a Big 12 series. And instead of worrying about what our overall record is, we worry about what we are in Big 12 play.
Yeah.
And you start to put that together, and then maybe you start to gain some confidence.
I wonder, this is this stupid question for you, but I'll just ask it anyway. I wonder if there was any consideration to playing a midweek game in Houston, like at Rice or something like that, where you could, because it almost feels like, this is the outsider, way outsider looking in. It almost feels like you need a game to go beat somebody up.
I don't think that's crazy talk. I don't know if there were thoughts of adding a game this week.
Because I mean, it adds a whole lot to the
trip and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know, but I agree with your point that some more, easy midweek wins to just get positive vibes going would be a positive thing. Would be a good thing.
We all have that in life where we just need, hey, I need a lay down here, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I need a lay down so that I feel good about what I'm doing and that I'm doing things right. Because sometimes, man, that confidence inside your brain, sometimes your brain is stronger than the strongest muscle in your body. Unfortunately, can paralyze you. 840.